Hi Adair, good afternoon. It's Chris again with LexisNexis. I got the pricing sent your way, and I also included attachments which gives a breakout of content found in those different practice areas of Lexis Practice Advisor. I also requested a trial ID. You should have received a welcome email by now with login credentials and a link to get into the site. So in lieu of doing a demonstration, I wanted to at least give you a really high-level overview of the platform, how to navigate through it so you can really compare it when you're doing the trial. Again, we break this out by practice area. Those can be found here. The default practice area is going to be corporate counsel. That is basically like a Swiss Army knife for in-house counsel. It gives you a little bit of everything from a subtopic standard. You can expand these areas here. You can see the contract boilerplate and clauses, business skills for corporate counsel, labor and employment. A lot of different areas of practice are covered in the corporate counsel module. You can even expand these subtopics to see a little bit more information. So where does this material come from? We contracted with 2 or 3 dozen outside counsel firms to write the content for us. You can find that down here under the Meet Our Authors section. It'll open up another web browser page to show you those contributing law firms. Where we have an advantage over practical law is that these firms are doing this full-time. They're currently out in the market. They see, the trends of regulatory changes. They have a better feel for, what's burgeoning with corporate governance and risk mitigation. All the interactive forums are constantly vetted throughout the year, meaning the reg changes, how's it going to impact, your business operations. They will update a clause with the verbiage to be in compliance. So it's like having a paralegal sifting through your forms regularly to make sure that they're always compliant with the regulatory market. The practice areas, if you want to jump over to, say, labor and employment, what you'll notice is once you make that switch, that the topic area is going to change, and everything here is going to be related to labor and employment matters. Same thing as you go down. Real estate is a module that's available. You can see that the topics and subtopics will change. What you notice is it's no longer, generic. It's really industry specific. I'm going to go back over to corporate counsel, just give you an idea as to when you get into a subtopic, what's going to be available. For this, let's go over to, say, confidentiality agreements. So you're going to get a really brief overview synopsis of that area. You're going to get any interactive forms that we have. You're going to get practice notes. These are coming from those outside counsel firms. And then you're also going to get secondary materials where I talked about in the email, all of our Matthew Bender powered treatises. We take just those sections out. This happens to be Milgram on trade secrets. And we give you, for this instance, chapters 1 through 4, and specifically section 4.02, which is going to give you that expert practical guidance with the hyperlinked footnotes in there. So you're getting the treatise library without having to subscribe to the whole thing, which is a huge cost savings. I'm going to go into an interactive form from the labor and employment side so you can see the functionality of that. This is pretty generic, it's an employment policy, but what you can see is you can just plug and play the party information's there. Let's find one that's a little more robust here. So as you go through, this is a good example. This was last reviewed in January. It was submitted to us from Littler Mendelsohn. It actually has drafting notes. Once you get into the clauses, drafting notes will be available. Why is that in there? If you have a question that you want to ask Littler Mendelsohn, you can do that directly through our Ask Our Authors Center, which is great. A lot of these forms will have alternate clauses available, which is going to allow you to either adopt an alternate clause that we have pre-written, or you can actually copy and paste from your forms bank into our forms, which is great, meaning here under section B we have alternate clause available. If the verbiage here is a little better, you can add this to the form and you'll get the optional clause here, and you'll have the ability to kill the original one. Alternatively, you can add your own text, meaning, you copied and pasted this out of your form and you can just add it into ours, or vice versa. So now how do you deliver it once you edit this the way that you want it? You can either email it to a colleague, you can email it to someone that needs to execute the agreement. You can also download it to your hard drive or save it in a cloud-based folder. The document types are PDF and Microsoft Word being the most popular. You can also do WordPerfect if you have a really simple word processor that you're using. So this is LPA in a nutshell. It should do a good job in giving you the support that you're getting now from Practical Law. We're also constantly adding practice areas. We're currently working on a healthcare one. That's the next one that's going to be added into the system. You would also have 24/7 customer support, and the customer support is actually housed in Dayton, Ohio, and it's research attorneys. So with the subscription comes great support, meaning you can call in at any point if you got a question on how to navigate through this, or if you just need help getting a form or help walking through editing a form. They're available by phone at all times. So let me know, at least via email, how the pricing compares to what you're paying with Practical Law, and also during this trial ID, what you think about the content that we have in here. If you have any questions, email me or give me a call, 937-247-3403. Thank you.